already on my story, and I wanted to come out and talk to the YouTube people about this. Ready to go as a backup for the main event. You know, because I think the main event is going to happen. Whatever is going to be fine, unless there's implications of like a weight thing. But I think it's going to be fine. When it comes to the combination for rounds, he won. He's making UFC a favor by taking a fight. Of a guy who needs name recognition. He's doing it in defense of him, and he most likely will lose the fight. But yeah, back to what I was saying. So UFC 299's is in jeopardy. We have gotten news on Benoit Saint Denis having a little bump on his left side of his forehead. Supposedly, people are saying it is a staph infection. Could be a small indication of its staph infection, as they say, and and if that is to be true, we will have to monitor it within the press conference. So yes, look, guys, we've already had media day pass, and we took pictures, whatever. And if you see him in an angle, you can see the bump on his left side of his forehead, and it does look like he has some sort of a little issue with it. Thursday we'll have to, which is tomorrow, which is the press conference and everything. We'll have to find out what we see, how he comes out, how severe it is. Friday will most likely be with the confirmation of whether the fight will go through or not, because usually then at the weigh-ins are usually when they confirm everything, and the doctors will have a role in whether they will allow Benny Watson Denise to go through with it. He looks pretty healthy and everything, but he has a minor implication with the staph infection. It's not really health. It's really like a pre-occurring injury that will come in and get worse with time, and especially that they both are fighters and they're gonna get into a very bloody fight if he gets hit in that area up in the forehead. There's a chance that he can get it to be worse. We'll have to implicate it through what we see in the press conference and see if he wants to do it, if the UFC will allow. It's just a whole thing. So we're just gonna have to wait and see what we see. Um, I know, as a fan, usually at these things, I would be mad at the fighter or I would be mad at the person for dropping out, whatever. I was kind of mad when I heard a lot of bullshit with the Tasapori part of it. But then I realized that he's just, I get it, why he was doing it, and he deserves every bit of it. But in this case, I'm not technically gonna be mad at Benoit Saint Denis because he's been one that really wanted to fight in Miami, and I've seen every bit of it. He was fighting against Dustin Poirier. Come on, Dustin Poirier. He was telling Dustin Poirier, we need to get this rolling, we need to get it going, we need to fight. He's been wanting to fight, but if stuff like this happens, is not under his control. He cannot control the fact that he has this kind of thing on his forehead, and I get it. If this stuff happens, it's a disappointment to all of this. This is probably the worst part of the fight game. A lot of this comes in with being happy with the fight, and just being happy for over months, and then having this implication happen at the last second when you're like getting ready and you have fight week and you're like, oh, so excited, and then one of the best fights on the night is not happening. This card is super stacked, so even without this fight happening, it's still going to be 10 times worth it. But at the same time, it's still something that you're going to be disappointed with, because this is a fight that we do want to happen. So it will be a big disappointment, and I don't think UFC is ready to give it another on like a backup fighter, because here comes with Dustin Poirier. How they have a lot of lightweights. We have a lot of lightweights on the 300 card, which are going to be able to come in today, or should say come in this weekend, and really take the spot for Benoit. You know, so that it will be called off in entirely, just because there's not a lot of fighters that I can think of from UFC 300 that would not happen. He already has the whole following. He can't just back down on that one either. Same thing for you can't say Oliveira or Armin Sarukian. Those guys are already on 300 as well at the light division. But I really do not know what will happen going down with who they have. Maybe he will go to welterweight, find a welterweight who will move up like they did with Kamaru Usman. Kamaru Usman, whatever. You know, maybe they'll put somebody in the different division, to move up. but that's usually really hard because you get a guy off the, like, I know that Carmel Usman was able to do it, but it's really not that easy as it seemed. He did it, and impressive. Not only is he taking the fight on short notice, Carmel Usman, I respect you for that, but he's taking the fight on short notice to come in at a different division, to move up to a different division and have a different and be able to get that rolling and be able to go down and fight. So it's really not easy. There's not a lot of lightweight ready to go to fight this weekend because they're either fighting already. I just can't. I just don't see a lot of it. And to be real with you, since Dustin Poirier has been doing is going to be doing a favor for UFC and taking this fight to help Benoit Saint Denis get name recognition for casual fans, and so that way people who know Dustin Poirier can help uh, rub off on Benoit Saint Denis. I feel like it should be someone that is ranked. If he does get a backup, it should be someone that is ranked. It should be someone that it's on Dustin Poirier's level. He deserves it. I really think that he deserves it. I know that it's not deserving it on the fight. I know he got out next last fight, whatever. But he deserves it. He's been on the top rank. So maybe the UFC should go in and give him a little bit of a favor. Look, I know your fight is not gonna go through. I'm gonna give you this guy because this guy is, and make it someone worth it. Don't do like some small guy because that's not fair to us and Bori. But yeah, guys. I just wanted to come out, give you guys a disappointing update. Remember, this fight still can be going on. They took media day pictures today, but it's just media day pictures. At the end of the day, it's just pictures. It's just pictures. It's not really nothing. It's all up to seeing how he comes out, how he's monitored. We monitor as a group, and then having the doctors confirm it on Friday whether that because usually we find out who is set. If the UFC says it's set, I'm not going to be going crazy or believing anything. I'm just gonna be on the cautious protocol. If I if I hear from the UFC, I'm good. I'm just going to be cautious then because I did my research. I didn't say that was an old photo of him. That's something. I heard about it from a very reliable source. Then went into the UFC, and they didn't have anything about it. They haven't even mentioned that the UFC yet. But that's because it's just a media day, whatever. I did see it. I did see it on his forehead when he was taking the pictures. So yes, it is real. We'll have to monitor and see what the UFC when they get a chance to evaluate what it is, and then them stepping in and putting their foot down whether or not they want to go or not. Like, and I get it. If the UFC does not through with the Benoit Saint Denis fight, it's best for them because they don't want to lose. They don't want to go through a liability where Benoit Saint Denis is going to be putting in and suing them, which is right. Why would you force him to continue with the fight? When he has implications and injuries. Like you don't, unless he's cool with them, they agree. But like, and it's also you don't want to have your fighters injured. Like you want to have them at their best. You want to just but so it's all about just that's just waiting and pretty much just seeing on Friday pretty much what the UFC doctors are going to say, what his medical team is going to say, what his coaches are going to say is best for him. Because and Benoit, this message for you. I know you're not going to hear it. I know he's not even going to understand me because he talks a different language most of the time, but I know he speaks English a little bit, so, and I know he's never going to see this, but just a message, either way. I respect every bit of what you were trying to do for us in Miami. Normally I would be mad like I was with the Empori's part, but I respect you. I think you're really good as a fighter. I've seen your highlights. I've never seen your performance live. I'm not talking about live like in person, but like live as it aired. I've never seen it, and I'm seeing implications in Miami, and you wanted to fight in Miami, and yeah, so I'm not gonna be mad. I'm just gonna be disappointed in everything. So yeah.